Cosmo and the 107 Morning Show. Okay, this vent line guy, wow. I'm just going to play you the call that he left. Here's the vent line number. If you ever want to call and just vent, get it off your chest, scream, yell at the phone all you want. It's completely anonymous. It might save you a fight with your husband or your girlfriend or whatever. 855-888-VENT.
Next message.
So I've been to 4 weddings this year alone, and each one has cost me more than $2,000. And I just don't think that if you have a wedding, you should either pay for someone's travel or have it locally to them. It's just not fair to ask people who live far away to come to your wedding, and it's going to cost them so much money. Because not only is the hotel, it's the rental car, it's the traveling around, eating out, and, why should we have to pay for that? It's not fair.
Next message.
Have it locally to them? What do you mean? Move the way. Okay, so he says he's been to 4 weddings this year, each one costing him about $2,000. And initially when you hear that number, $2,000, you're like, how that? Now, if you have to fly, and he's right, hotel, couple hundred a night, rental car if you have to rent a car, or Uber, or, okay. I really want to say my reaction, but I also want to let you have a chance, too, at 441-Y107. I mean, right? It's pretty simple. It's 2 words, right? Are you thinking the same 2 words I'm thinking? Oh, maybe you're thinking 2 different words. Oh. Mike said his 2 words start with F and O. I see. Okay, those are 2 different words. I've got 2 words. I'll share you my 2 words. What's your reaction to this guy? He says he's been to 4 weddings this year, that the bride and groom need to help pay for travel? Come on, bro. If you're just tuning in, I'll play you the full vent line call again here. Maddie from Cole Camp just texted and said, no one said you had to go to these weddings. Someone is being very inconsiderate and doesn't know how much a wedding actually costs for the bride and groom. Also, my 2 words were the same as that other texter. Starts with F and O. Here's the call, the vent line call this morning, 855-888-VENT.
Next message.
So I've been to 4 weddings this year alone, and each one has cost me more than $2,000. And I just don't think that if you have a wedding, you should either pay for someone's travel or have it locally to them. It's just not fair to ask people who live far away to come to your wedding, and it's going to cost them so much money. Because not only is the hotel, it's the rental car, it's the traveling around, eating out, and, why should we have to pay for that? It's not fair.
Next message.
Have it locally to them. That's the one that gets me. Okay, well, Mike moved to Tampa. So I guess we're not going to have the wedding in Jefferson City. We better not. We better have it. Better have it in Tampa. Let's go. Get Grandma and Grandpa. We're going to all move to Tampa. Do the wedding there. Like, what? Are you kidding me? No, honey, we can't have the wedding at the Mill Bottom. We got to go to Tampa because that's where Mike lives. And he's already been to 3 weddings and spent a whole bunch of money. So that can't be where we do it. No, sorry. Clara's in Como. What are your 2 words that come to mind when you hear this guy's vent?
Don't go.
Yeah, those are my 2 words, too.
Don't go. If you you have a choice. You don't have to go.
Right.
They shouldn't have to pay.
No. And now,
no way.
So many people now are streaming their, or Facebook living their ceremonies. And I mean, if it's anything we learned from COVID, now granted, yes, if it's somebody that you're close to, you want to be there. But I'm sorry if you live, far away or in a different country or in a different part of the country. Yeah, it sucks. Unfortunately, sometimes you have to decide and go, we're just not going to. My wife and I have had to make those decisions before. With her, like one of her cousins got married, and we're like, we can't do a trip to Florida right now as much as we want to be at the wedding. We'll watch the live stream, we'll send a gift, and it'll be fine.
Yes, you don't have to. Yes, just don't. They have too much anyways going on. So, especially like with COVID, everybody's still scared,
Yeah, well,
so,
this guy says,
what
help
I mean?
me cover the cost of flying to your wedding and all that. Get out of here with that. That's
No. Well,
Great.
thank you.
All right, thanks for listening. You're awesome. See ya. What's your take when you heard this guy's vent line? What are you thinking? Trevor on the text line, don't go! Don't go! Yeah, you don't have to go to the wedding. No one's making you getting married. Trevor's like, we're getting married in May. We're not forcing anyone to come if they live far away. No, Trevor, you've got to force them. You got to go to their house with a gun and be like, you're coming to the wedding now.
Be a part of the show now. Call 441-Y107.
Sarah says, I would hate to see his budget when he gets married, covering all the costs for all of his guests. Good point. This guy's upset. He went to 4 weddings, he said, this year. And on average, each time he went, it cost him $2,000. And he thinks that couples should adjust, A, where they get married, and B, that they should help offset the cost of the guests having to travel to come to their wedding.
It's not fair to ask people who live far away to come to your wedding, and it's going to cost them so much money. Because not only is the hotel, it's the rental car, it's the traveling around, eating out, and, why should we have to pay for that? It's not fair.
Next message.
I was asking for 2 words that come to mind. Christina just texted from Fulton. Super entitled. Good words. Michelle and Marshall. What do you think?
Like you said, it's like they're not putting a gun to his head, asking him to go. I mean, they're already paying enough themselves for the venue or whatever they're doing to put it on for you. I mean, there's been times I haven't gone to a wedding that's down the road, let alone, I'm not going to be upset. Yeah.
And also, and you understand, and if you're really that close to these people, you typically know in advance, in advance, I don't know, they just got engaged. Okay, so the wedding's probably not going to be in 3 weeks.
Or next week. Come on. You have time to save.
Yeah, you have time to save and time to budget and go, you know what, I really want to be at Michelle and Mike's wedding in January, so I'm gonna save a little bit, or I'm gonna cut this out and I'm not gonna go to this wedding instead because I really want to go to these guys' wedding.
Exactly.
And
4 weddings, 2,000 each. That's excessive. Excessive.
Yeah.
Dude, nobody's. And the eating out thing, that's what gets me. Okay, I understand not a lot of hotels come with kitchenettes, but you sometimes have that option, and if you do, don't eat out. You can perfectly get cheap meals to make inside the hotel room.
Oh, but no, honey, I have to go to a restaurant every meal. I need to spend $2,000 every time.
But, babe, it's 5-star. We gotta try it. No, dude. No, there's no point.
He's wanting to send the bride and groom a freaking invoice to reimburse him for travel. Suck my eggs.
God.
Get out of here.
I can see it. Oh, dude. Just don't go.